What's up, guys? Welcome back to Daniel Talks Football right here on YouTube. I'm Daniel and we are back with another video. I'm back from my holiday and I'm back to ready start recording. And obviously we did that podcast last week, but we are fully back with content now. There's going to be videos, podcasts flying at you left, right and centre. And I hope you will all enjoy the content. Today, we're speaking about Liverpool and their midfield exodus. Obviously, Liverpool have brought in two key midfielders so far this window in the form of McAllister and Szoboszlai for 70 million. They're also looking to probably add a third, especially with these three going out. And you could even see there being a fourth because they're having a mass exodus in that midfield area. We're going to go on to speak about it, but Fabinho, Henderson and possibly even Thiago could all be leaving Liverpool. We'll start with Fabinho because he's been approached by Al Ittihad, Nuno Santo's team, and they want him. They want him to go in there, and they've been, discussing a long-term contract to get him to the club. Al Ittihad want Fabinho. Full stop, end of. And when Saudi Arabia usually want a player, they usually get that player. If Fabinho's going to want that move, I can imagine them doing it. I'm pretty sure I've seen somewhere that it's going to cost around 40 million. I'm not sure if that's dead cert, but that's what I've seen. So it looks like Fabinho will be going to Saudi Arabia and Al Ittihad to go and work with Nuno. And that's a big move for Fabinho. Obviously, he's been an anchor of that midfield for Liverpool for quite a while now. And to sort of see him move on, it's going to mean they're going to need to bring in a new six. Yes, they've got McAllister and Szoboszlai. McAllister, I guess, can play deeper, but it would surprise me to see him playing that deeper role. McAllister and Szoboszlai will be further forward players. You need to bring in a new deep player there. McAllister and Szoboszlai will start for this Liverpool side. We all know that, but you're going to need to bring in a six now. Because, yes, you've got other midfielders sort of dotted around the place. People like Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, but that Bajcetic as well. Is he good enough to start yet? It would surprise me. So I think they are going to need to bring in a new six. The next midfielder who could be leaving Liverpool is Jordan Henderson. Henderson's been told by Klopp that he's going to be getting less game time this season. And with Al Ittihad, I think, coming in for him, he's decided that he wants to make the move. He's decided to accept that offer. The only issue with this deal is Liverpool want 10 million for him, apparently. They want to get a fee for him. Al Ittihad were expecting to get him on a free transfer. They were expecting Liverpool to let him go for free. They're not going to. They want that. They want money. So now there's going to sort of need to be a discussion there between the two clubs to try and come to an agreement. If Henderson's accepted the bid, I can see it happening, and I can see him going to Al Ittihad, which is, of course, Steven Gerrard's club. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one sort of plays out, and to see if Hendo does go there, and I can see him going there, which will be obviously an end of an era. And then last but not least, you've got Thiago, who is of subject to interest to Saudi Arabia in general. We know that that's quite a common thing. The Athletic reported early on in this month that Thiago has been subject of transfer interest from Saudi Arabia. It's not been a move that's worked out, that Thiago deal. Obviously, we all remember Thiago signing for Liverpool and what was a deal that brought a lot of fanfare around. All the Liverpool fans were really, really excited about this deal that was going to be happening. And it hasn't particularly worked out. I don't think Thiago's been that good for them. He's been too injury prone, and this has been a common feature of players at this Jurgen Klopp system. They've been too injured. You have to remember, Naby Keita's also gone this summer, who was again another injury prone player, and James Milner. You could have ended up losing 5 midfielders by the end of the summer. So you're going to need to bring in more than 2 to replace them. You've currently lost 2, and I know Milner possibly wasn't always playing as a midfielder, but he can play there. So currently you've lost 2, so you've brought in 2 more, fair enough. You needed to strengthen that midfield area anyway. You're now going to probably still need to bring in two probably, if you're going to let go of Henderson, Fabinho and possibly Thiago. It's a big rebuild going on at Liverpool. Obviously, Sadio Mane looks like he's going to be becoming available from Bayern Munich. Do I see that deal happening? Not particularly. But they're going to need to add to their front line, you will imagine. You can see them wanting to bring in an extra attacker. Nunez, hit and miss. I've heard there's a lot of faith within that Liverpool camp that they do think he will come good. But do they want to maybe bring in another backup striker to try and push Nunez? Possibly. They've got a lot of left wingers. Diaz, Jota, I know Jota can play down the middle as well, of course. Who else have they got who I'm missing out? Gakpo, and there might be one more who I'm forgetting as well. Do they need to bring in a new backup right winger for Salah? Obviously, Salah's getting older, and they don't have anybody to properly back up him. Harvey Elliott can play out there, but he's sort of shown he's not as good out there. He's not really a great player anyway, and I can see him moving on this summer if there's a £20-25 million bid. Same with Curtis Jones after his performances for the England under-21s. Looking at the defence as well, you know, your full-back positions are kind of okay, but centre-back wise, you've got Van Dijk, who obviously will be a staple of that side, but Joe Gomez has shown he's not good enough. Matip ageing, could see him possibly being moved on. You do have Konate there, obviously, but could it be worth bringing in an extra centre-back as well? It's going to be a very, very busy end to the transfer window for Liverpool. What do you think will happen with this Liverpool side, and which of those three midfielders, Henderson, Thiago and Fabinho, do you think will be the biggest loss for Liverpool? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you all again in the next video. See ya!